All right, here it is, our daily, semi-daily, hourly update on Quinn Hughes of the Minnesota Wild, because we had ourselves some extra info in regards to the Quinn Hughes trade sweepstakes that involved the Vancouver Canucks and potentially some other teams too. Obviously, we know that Vancouver's former captain, Quinn Hughes, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to say that, got traded to the Minnesota Wild. And we also know that a bunch of other teams were involved in trade talks, including the Carolina Hurricanes, Detroit Red Wings, and of course, the New Jersey Devils, the team which houses Quinn's younger brothers, Jack and Luke. But the reason we've got Dougie Hamilton's page brought up here on Elite Prospects is because of how some of these trade talks with the Devils went down. Let's take a look at some tweets, and then we'll read an article from James Nichols. Firstly, Elliot Friedman said this on Saturday Headlines after the Quinn Hughes trade was made. This was buried under the lead. We were talking all this stuff about Quinn Hughes not notifying the Canucks players that he was getting traded and him arriving in New Jersey early, him not being on the bus when the rest of the Canucks got the notification that the guy got traded. But this is what Friedman said on the weekend. For New Jersey, they couldn't clear the cap room. They've got some no-trade clauses there that prevented them from doing what they needed to do to open up spots. And this is an idea that I saw a lot of New Jersey Devils fans going out there and getting very frustrated about. Because if you head over to the New Jersey Devils and their Puckpedia page, they are $6 million over the cap right now. And all these guys that are on the books that happen to have no trade clauses, I mean, you've got so many of them. Timo Meier has a no move. Jesper Bratt, no move. Nico Hischier, modified no trade. Andre Palat has a no movement clause and a modified no trade clause. What in the world does this guy have no movement clauses for? Connor Brown has a no trade. Stefan Nason has a modified no trade. Dadonov has a no trade. And then if you go down to the defense, Pesce, Dillon, Kovacevic, they all have no trade clauses. Dougie Hamilton has a no move clause. Jonas Siegenthaler has a modified no trade clause. This team has a ton of no move protection and trade protection for their guys. And I don't know if you noticed, but a lot of these guys are making money on a team that's already $6 million over the cap. So yeah, it makes sense. Elliot Friedman's reporting here. The Devils could not clear the cap room. But to get some more info, let's dive into what James Nichols went out there and posted onto Sportsnaut.com yesterday. He made a tweet promoting his article. I asked Dougie Hamilton if he's been asked to waive his no-trade clause, or if he had vetoed a potential deal. He didn't say yes, he didn't say no. Palat's answer, though, was far different. You read between the lines. Star defenseman avoids New Jersey Devils trade question. This article will be linked in the description. It is from, it's New Jersey Hockey Now, but the URL is sportsnaut.com. Let's go out there and read. So, Elliot Friedman revealed on the 32 Thoughts podcast he believes Fitzgerald had to deal with some falling throughs due to trade clauses in New Jersey. I do believe the Devils have had a couple of deals vetoed. I do believe that. I don't know who, I don't know what, but I do believe that's happened. There's too much noise out there for that to not have occurred. Then on Monday, ESPN insider Kevin Weeks explained the Devils were shopping Dougie Hamilton and Andre Palat. Both forwards own full no-move, 10-team trade clauses for the remainder of their respective contracts. On Tuesday morning, New Jersey Hockey Now asked Hamilton if he had recently been asked to waive, or if he had vetoed a trade amid a bevy of rumors. The 32-year-old blue liner didn't say yes, but he also didn't say no. You know, nothing's changed since the start for me, Hamilton explained. I had the same comments at the start of the year, so I'll stay with what I said at the start. It's simple as that. That's why I signed here. It's the team I'm playing for. That's what you want, to play and win here. That's what I want to do. That's why I'm here. When asked if Hamilton would consider waiving his no trade at the right situation, he brushed it off, explaining it's not something he thinks about. However, he did explain being in the trade rumor mill is nothing new to him. I mean, I've been traded 2 times already in my career, Hamilton said, and I've been in lots of rumors with lots of different teams, so I think I'm used to it by now. It's part of hockey. And like I said, I've been going through it for I don't know how many years now with rumors and whatnot, so it's nothing new to me. You might be thinking, so what? Hamilton didn't lean either way when asked about the rumors. However, when Andre Palat was approached by New Jersey Advanced Media with the same question, he ended up saying something a lot more straightforward. No, nothing, Palat said. He continued by explaining he hasn't spoken with Devils GM Fitzgerald about any such thing at all. I don't know anything about it. I'm off social media. Fitzgerald isn't talking to me or anything, so I don't know anything. ESPN's Greg Wyshynski wrote on Tuesday morning, the belief is the Devils put forward a package to the Vancouver Canucks for Quinn Hughes that included Simon Nemec, Dawson Mercer, 2024 10th overall pick Anton Silayev, and a first-round pick. In fact, he explained a Devils trade package of that magnitude by New Jersey came with the understanding that Hughes would extend once the window opened. That indicates that trade discussions were not only had, but they were pretty far down the line. However, Wyshynski further explained the Devils struggled to clear cap space, which was 100% part of the talks with Vancouver. That's when Minnesota swooped in with what happened to be a stronger offer anyway, so you can read between the lines there. In a Marvel Studios alternate reality, New Jersey lands Quinn Hughes in a Devils trade before Wild GM Bill Guerin even picks up the phone. Yet, that's not this world's reality. As one league source told New Jersey Hockey Now, Hamilton's contract is not untradeable, it's more about the money in, money out, and the Devils are trying to avoid taking too much salary back in return for the star blue liner to create as much cap as possible. And so with that in mind, it does paint a difficult picture when it comes to thinking about the Quinn Hughes trade talks to New Jersey. I'll just go out there and say this, the package that Vancouver got from Minnesota, which was Zeev Buium, Marco Rossi, the Liam Ogren prospect, and another first, I think it is stronger than this package right here. Dawson Mercer, I don't think is better than Rossi. Buium, I'd say, has a higher ceiling than Nemec, and you can debate he's better now. The only place that I think New Jersey actually bests Minnesota's offer is Anton Silayev. I do think he is a better prospect than Liam Ogren at this point, but getting 2 young defensemen at that in this trade maybe isn't as productive for the Vancouver Canucks versus getting another forward prospect that can potentially help them out in the middle 6. And then the first round pick, we'll see what happens, but I mean, I would assume that Minnesota finishes better in the standings than New Jersey at this point, considering the fact they just got Quinn Hughes. But Devils fans have been pretty frustrated the past few days, starting to debate amongst themselves whether or not it was a failure of the GM to not be able to open up the cap space to get a Quinn Hughes onto your team. You know that if you got Quinn Hughes, you probably would have been able to re-sign him. Now, with conversations opening up that he could re-sign with Minnesota instead, it puts the entire Devils 3 Hughes thing down into the dirt. So with all this in mind, I want you to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How do you feel about this failed New Jersey trade situation, which resulted in Quinn Hughes not finding his way over to play with the Devils? And do you think this is a problem where New Jersey just dug themselves in too deep with all that trade protection? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.